Yes, here we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to Reggae Boyz Commentary. This is the channel where you get all the latest information regarding Jamaican football, players, updates, clubs, and everything of that nature. So, without further ado, let's get right into today's video, shall we? And we're talking about an individual that we have spoken about on this channel before, and he goes by the name of Nathan Daniel Jerome Redmond. Now, who is Nathan Daniel Jerome Redmond? Well, he's a 27-year-old winger forward who was born in Birmingham, England. Right now, he plays for Southampton. Redmond was born to Jamaican parents. He's a wide midfielder, you could say, right footed, but has operated both on the left and the right, often cutting inside. And he has occasionally, I should say, played behind the striker. So he offers that facet to his game as well. Started out his career at Birmingham City. We saw him at the Under 17 FIFA World Cup in 2011, which was in Mexico, the same tournament where Jamaica played in as well. He was part of that same team as well with Raheem Sterling, Blair Turgott, Nick Powell, Jordan Pickford, Hallam Hope. Same team in that sense, you know. So those were just some of the key players that came from that age group tournament, you know, and England went to the quarterfinals in that tournament. After his time at Birmingham, he moved on to Norwich City. That was 2013. Spent a couple of seasons at Norwich City. He played 2 of those 3 seasons in the Premier League. And then after that, he moved on to Southampton, and that's where he has been ever since, at Southampton. And he has done all right, you could say. Hasn't hit the expectations that a lot of people were hoping for him, and that's in relation to double digits in terms of goals. But he's had a couple of seasons where he had 7 goals in the league, 6 goals in the league, 9 in all competitions. So he's had those sorts of contributions, but I do feel that he hasn't hit those same heights that he should have, in my opinion. He made his debut for England in 2017. Of course, this was his time at Southampton, and that has been his only appearance. That has been his only appearance for England. So, yeah, that is the latest regarding this sort of scenario with Nathan Redmond. He was a runner-up in the League Cup 2017. They lost to Manchester United 3-2. Gabbiadini scored for the Saints, while for Manchester United, you know, we had Lingard scoring that day. Zlatan Ibrahimovic also scored in that game as well. So, yeah, that's how things, you could say, panned out. Ibrahimovic scored 2, and Lingard scored 1, and Gabbiadini scored 2 for the Saints. And yeah, Gabbiadini's returned to Italy now in Sampdoria. So, yeah, but as it relates to Nathan Redmond, I've spoken to you guys about his situation and about Jamaica and so on and so forth. Well, basically, he did an interview recently with Saints Marching. And basically, he said in this interview, speaking with the Daily Echo, he said, and I quote, "They have made a contact with me," and that's the Jamaica Football Federation. "They've made contact, but at the moment, I've got some things going on. I'm expecting my first child in a couple of months, so on my priority list, it's not top there at the moment." That's what Nathan Redmond says as it relates to international football. That's what he has said regarding this current situation. That's the quote that when they did an in-depth interview with him, he said, "They've made contact, but at the moment, I've got some things going on. I'm expecting my first child in a couple of months, so on my priority list, it's not the top thereabouts." Now, I don't know in terms of a couple of months. Is that 2 months from now, 3 months? That's what I see as a couple. So November, December, January. So don't expect Nathan Redmond to play for Jamaica before, I would say, the March FIFA window. And as you know, that period of time is basically the back end of the qualifiers. So, Reggae Boys fans, how do you feel about this? At the back end of the qualifiers, Nathan Redmond making his debut for Jamaica. Does it depend the circumstance? If Jamaica is basically within a top 5 sort of range, or whether Jamaica is out of contention and he's just making his debut, does that matter to you when he makes his Jamaican debut? Do you think it's an excuse about his partner having a child? Because let me see here. I'm expecting my first child. So I don't know if he's married or have a girlfriend. I'm in the same age bracket as Nathan Redmond. I don't know what it's like to be a father. I've never gotten a woman pregnant, so I don't know what it's like to be in his shoes. And I don't know how I would react if I have a child. If my priority would lie in that element, I don't know how I would react in that moment. He says his priority is to ensure that his wife is fine. Okay, I get that, but there's been lots of individuals that have left their wives, girlfriends when they're pregnant, and sure, you're paid the big bucks so that you can leave, so that you could hire a helper, you can bring grandma over, grandpa over, not necessarily for the kid, but just provide support to your girlfriend. You have FaceTime, you have video chat on WhatsApp, so you have those opportunities as well. We're trying to get to a World Cup, and I know that you want to get to a World Cup as well. So for me, it's like, I don't want to say it's an excuse, but I just don't think, as he says, it's a priority right now. Speaking to Marlon King right recently, basically, it's not that Redmond is saying no to Jamaica, but as he says, it's just not at the top of its list right now. And look, everybody is different. Some persons like an Andre Gray, like Giles Barnes, have Jamaica in their absolute heart and will do anything. I need oxtail every single Sunday. You have people like Andre Gray and Giles Barnes that blast Movado and Cartel every day. You saw the interview with Andre Gray. So what I'm saying is that you have those sorts of character that is diehard, deep, even though they weren't born on this island. And you have some individuals like a Redmond that, would say, yeah, I'm Jamaican, I have Jamaican heritage. I'll come when I feel like, in a sense. So, it's, how do you make of it, Reggae Boys fans? Because to me, I would say don't expect him in the November window. January, it really depends. I mean, next thing we're going to hear in the March window that he has a 1-month-old baby or 2-month-old baby, and his wife needs the support to take care of that 1 or 2 month old baby. But at the same time, week in, week out, you're playing in the Premier League and traveling up north to St. James's Park, and traveling south to Brighton, and traveling up to Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, going up north, way, way, way up north, to these different clubs. You're going up to Lancashire to play Burnley, so for me, it's, I don't want to say it seems like an excuse, but just accept at face value that it's not on his priority list. So that's the latest, Reggae Boys fans, with Nathan Redmond. Reggae Boys fans, how do you feel about this? Does this give you clarity? Does this give you a bit more context into proceedings? How do you view the matter? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this topic in particular. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Take care, guys. More content to come. Let's get the win against Honduras.